Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance, and this is an M12, the Tier 7 American SPG, and we're on the south spawn of Fisherman's Bay, and it's being commanded by Burntbear. Now, the M12, what can you say about it? Well, it's actually built on an M3 chassis. They started designing it in 1941, and some people say, oh, it looks like it was built on a Sherman chassis, but that's only because the way that the undercarriage, the suspension was laid out. But it actually used a 155mm Howitzer, which was designed by the French during World War I. It was quite a successful howitzer at that. They only built 100 of these, 60 in 1942 when it first saw service, and another 40 in 1943. But they actually had to build another machine called an M30 Carrier to actually carry around the ammunition for the M12, because it could only carry 4 rounds of ammunition on the actual SPG itself. So they had to have a carrier to shuttle around the rest of the ammunition, otherwise the thing would run out of ammunition very quickly. The M30 could carry 40 rounds of ammo, as well as the machine gun rounds to protect the tank, and it also used to carry some of the crew. Right, so that first round has gone out and we haven't hit anything yet, but still hopeful. The scouts are doing their quick runs on the midline. They're just spotting at the moment for the rest of their team, but that Emil is moving up with purpose to try and get to the rock on the west side of the battlefield. Round out. I don't know if that hit the Emil. It may have splashed him. But it seems that the scouts are exchanging fire over the midline. Now, when that Emil moves up to the rock, I think that Burntbear should be able to put a round into him. But there's a Tiger 131. Unfortunately, he's got a full reticule. Oh, but he still managed to get some critical hits on that Tiger 131, even though he splashed behind him. So that was useful, and he got some stun. So we're going to have a Tiger 131 and an Emil 1 behind that rock in G1. I don't think they'll want to move too further north, because there's an awful lot of defenders, and if they walked past over that little rise behind that rock, I think they would be pounced upon. There's the Tiger 1. Yep, he's trying to move forward. Bit of a mistake. He'll get hit, and he has been. Yeah, he's exchanging fire with an ISU 122, and he's coming off worse. Okay, almost ready to shoot. There's the Emil 1. He's trying to chance it as well. Bad mistake. You side on to a 155mm Howitzer, and he's trying to sit there to steady his aim, but it's not going to help him. Once loaded, ready to go. Oh, that's a bit forward. Yeah, he's still splashed him for 185 hit points, and he's picked up some stun assist. And the LTG's popped out of his little hiding place, and he's now going to put holes into that Emil. So it's a good chance that Burntbear's going to pick up some stun assist. Yes, he has. And the Emil 1's been taken out of the game. Now that LTG needs to get back into cover before the tank destroyers further up the one line start shooting at him. And Burntbear in the meanwhile has paid attention to the centre line. Now there is an OI on the far east side of the town near the waterfront, but he's disappeared from sight. There's a Pershing there. Now he can hit that, and in fact he can splash kill it. Rounds out. Oh no, it landed just behind. That's unfortunate. In fact, I'm not sure if that was his round or the round of his teammate, who's also in an M12. Okay, that Hellcat's gone. Right, there are 2 tanks ahead at the moment. So if they can take advantage of this, they can make this an early battle. There's the Pershing again. It's a splash kill. Only 37 hit points. You can take him out of the game. Unfortunately, he's got a red line at the moment. Buildings are in the way. Line it up. That's it. Ready to go. Rounds out. Oh no, fell short. But the Pershing's gone. It's been taken out by the other M12, who goes by the name of Hellrider. Okay, now Burntbear's going to relocate. looks to me like he's trying to get up closer to the west side of the map. It might be also that he's a bit concerned about that OI. If that OI comes down through the town, it's the only defenders an ISU 152 and a KV-85, and I'm not sure how they will fare. Okay, this way he can actually put fire on the steel Waffenträger. He's extending his aim. Oh no, steel Waffenträger's gone down. He's been taken out by the ISU 122. And he can shoot at that OI, but he's got to dial in the aim. And he's pulling back into the town, so he's firing clutch. No, it fell short. He did stun the OI. So at least there's some benefit there. The OI is actually only 100 hit points now, so a splash kill would be enough to take him out. But he is indicating that is his target, and he's going for it. Hellrider, the other M12, has actually moved, and that's a kill shot. 100 hit points. Yes, Hellrider's moved over to the west, far west, presumably because he can support the west side of the battlefield. That Challenger is being a bit of a nuisance, but he's getting pummeled. He's going on to that LTG. That LTG was just hit by the Arty. He's been stunned. Oh. Now, can Burntbear put a shot in? Yes, he does, and he gets the Challenger. 168 hit points, and he's out the game. Now, there's a T-28 prototype, the Prot. And unfortunately, he has just taken out the KV-85 on Burntbear's team. That's awkward. He's got a red line there when he was in the way of those buildings, so there's only a few narrow angles that he can actually fire on the Prot. The Stridsvagn M4257, the tier 6 autoloader, Swedish autoloader, that medium tank's moving down. Now hopefully he'll be able to get spots on T28, but he's got very little health left, and if that T28 spots him and lines him up for a shot, he won't survive very long. He's going into the town to see if he can unload a few shells into the T28. But I hope he doesn't get spotted first, because otherwise he's toast. No, not yet. He must be around that corner. Okay, Burntbear's indicating that's his target. But no, he's not around that corner. He's pulled away. The AMX 12 ton's moving down as well. Going down the hill towards the town. They've met up, but no sign of the T-28. He must have pulled back. I doubt he would have moved down into the town. No, that's where they're headed. They're headed down into the town. So maybe Burntbear needs to relocate. And he needs to head west quickly. Up near the windmill at Grid Square J2. If the T-28 is heading south right now, it won't be long before he's on the cap. I suspect, though, that he's actually headed north to defend the enemy's cap. The Stridsvagn M42 can't find him. Yep, he's headed north again. Okay, there's a VK3001P has been seen on the west side of the map. Now, that's a dangerous medium tank, and he's full health. He must have been sitting at the back for some time. Now, as far as we can tell, he's actually a fairly experienced player. He's got 3 kills already. Well, he fired a round in there speculatively. See if he could upset things. But still no joy. Bit of a lull in the battle. Now, where did that T-28 get to? I think he is up in the northeast corner. I think he retreated. If so, I think he's in Grid Squares A6, A7. And if so, yes he is! Exactly where he is. And the Stridsvagn has been seen, and he has been taken out. I did think that would happen the moment that the Stridsvagn found the T-28. The T-28 would kill him. It's a very dangerous tank destroyer. Okay, now he's going to move from that position because there's nobody spotting him at the moment. The AMX 12 ton's got very little health as well. The same thing would happen to him if he moved up on that T28. He's fired a round in there. Oh no, we can see the T28 now. The AMX 12 ton has spotted him and he is indicating and requesting fire. He's using his T key. That 12 ton needs to get out of there. He needs to move, reposition, but keep the T28 spotted. He needs to go to maximum range, maximum view range, and keep his eye on that T28. Burntbear's moving down so he can attack the T28 as he moves through the town. Now they've lost sight of him temporarily as he goes in between the buildings. Ah, he knocked down a tree. Now that gives us a clue as to where he is. Oh, he's taken him out! That's an amazing shot! A blind shot on the T28 prototype, and he took him out. He knocked a tree down, gave away his position, and Burntbear tried a blind shot and removed one of the most dangerous opponents they face at the moment. That T28 was a real menace. But now he's gone. That leaves the AMX 12 ton free to spot along the A line, the A row, and try and find out where the enemy Arty are and where the enemy tank destroyers are. Or tank destroyer, because there's only one left. This is very interesting now. I don't think the AMX is going to want to expose himself too much. He can travel along that line, the rocks that are located in C5 and C4, and that might be able to, because there are some bushes there, and he might be able to then get as close as he can, because I'm sure that the enemy Arty is still in the northwest corner of the map, in which case then, because they would have been seen if they were over on the northeast corner. So Burntbear's moving up the east side of the map. He knows he's got the 12 ton for company when he does. Meanwhile, the Hellcat and the ISU 122 are guarding Hellrider in the other M12. Right, whilst we're actually looking at it, we can see the M12 here. It was actually used for direct fire, the M12. They actually did shotgun enemy tanks. It was originally carted over to Europe to knock down emplacements, you know, bunkers and that sort of thing. But when they actually used it out in the field, they did line up the M12 on enemy tanks that could be seen in the distance and would take them out with a direct shot, a shotgun. You can imagine a 155mm shell impacting into a tank, a shell that's actually designed to knock down a bunker. The moment it hits that tank, the tank will disintegrate. There won't be anything left of it. But, yep, that's exactly what they used to do. They used to call it the door knocker, because it would knock on the doors of emplacements and blow them to smithereens. Okay, 2-minute warning. They've got to try and either cap out or kill all of the rest of the enemy in the next 2 minutes. That means the ISU and the Hellcat are going to have to move north, and in the meantime Burntbear and the AMX 12T are going to do their best to keep them busy. Okay, Burntbear's getting as close as he dare, using the trees for cover. From here he can fire directly into the enemy area. They can't see him, but he can see them as soon as they're spotted. Oh, he's moving a little further forward. He's a bit further forward than I'd go, actually, because he's probably going to be seen by the VK or the tank destroyer. Okay, now he can hit the VK. It's a difficult shot. Lines up, bounce out, hits the VK. 285 hit points, 3 critical hits, and that's the minute clock. 1 minute to go. Now that ISU 122 could just drive around the corner and kill that 3001. He's still stunned. It's only at 230 hit points. The only problem is the ISU's only got 75 hit points. 12 tons going in to try and kill the VK from behind. And there's the Nashorn, the enemy Arty, the enemy tank destroyer rather. Round out, it hits him right in the rear, and the 12 ton takes out the VK 3001. That means they've taken out the remaining enemy vehicles, just the Arty to go, the M12 and the GW Panther, and it looks to me like Burntbear's going to try and put a shot into one of them. He's going after the Panther, who's being harassed by the 12-ton. He's been tracked. Rounds out, kill shot. 126 hit points, but the M12 is still fighting. And there's 5 seconds left to go. Oh, he's done it! With just a few seconds left, he managed to do it. They got the win. The AMX 12-ton finished off the enemy M12, and effectively the clock has run out, but they've already got the win. They've already got it secured, so no problem. My God, that was tense right at the end. It was a case of everybody kill the Arty as quickly as possible because there was no time to cap. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. Well, it's a second-class tanker for Burntbear in the M12. He also picked up a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 16 in that one. And he picked up a fighter badge because he managed to get at least 4 kills. In fact, he got 5. He was just cheated out of a Top Gun because there wasn't enough time to reload to take out the enemy M12. That's such a shame because he deserved a Top Gun after all that. And let's have a look at the team scores. Well, he came second on damage with 1,935 hit points. But he came top on kills with 5. And when it came to base XP, well, he came second at 872. And of course, Hellrider in the other M12 just came just behind him with 743. If we have a look at the detailed report, well, he fired 17 rounds, got 5 direct hits, 5 penetration, and 6 splash damage. Did damage of 1,935 hit points, and it was all at more than 300 meters. He hit 8 of the enemy, but killed 5 of them. He also did stun assistance damage of 378 hit points, and that was off 6 stuns. On a premium account, he earned 34,022 credits, and after ammunition resupply, he still had 19,065 credits spare, and he earned XP of 1,308, but it was times 2 for the first victory, so he took away 2,773 in total. So well done indeed, Burntbear. That was a very thrilling end to that battle. I'm sure that most of us didn't expect that it would get so panicky at the end as kill all of those enemy tanks as quickly as you can. But it's just a pity you missed out on the Top Gun, but you deserved it. You really put a lot of effort in there. And that kill on the T28 prototype, that was amazing. That was a total blind shot. Very, very nice indeed. If you enjoyed this replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel. And hopefully it'll be your replay I'll be featuring in our next video.